Good morning. The envelope yesterday has absolutely let the butterflies out of the bag. I just had this thought this morning, and so I got out three of my very cheapest envelopes. It comes from a box, I think probably from Walmart or Walmart, and they are they're just, you can see reflection through them. There's nothing special there. The thing is to make them special, which I have tried this technique once before, and I used two envelopes. Of course, they had bigger flaps. This one just have these little cheapos, but that's okay. And I decided I'm going to try doing this project with three today. Now, I might as well kind of acclimate you from the very beginning. These three envelopes are going to be put together along this fold. I'm probably thinking, the possibilities are sewing machine, three-hole pamphlet stitch. I don't know, but they're going to be attached together so that you end up with these little flappy dappers and the double-sided envelopes, and they can just go at the edge of a journal page probably with a clip to hold it, because there's a lot of paper involved here, and there will be more when I attach more. So that's the path that I'm going down today, or going to try to. Then I got out my, I have a special drawer just for this. Pure craziness, I know. This is, of course, from a pad, but El Cheapo paper. White background, and rather thin and flimsy. And I love that feature. Thin and flimsy works so well, especially when you're doing something like this. It doesn't add 4 pounds apiece to them. So as you can see, I have already worked using these papers, and I've kept them here. I've tucked them back, and they're just wonderful background papers. They're wonderful for this job that I'm going to do with them today. I just love them to the point where they've got their own drawer. That doesn't happen easily. One doesn't sacrifice a drawer in a craft room unless you have something that makes you crazy. Now, I know that somewhere in here I just saw, oh my. There. That might do it. I'm thinking this might do it. Might not. I want this, and this one. Kind of neutrals. Yes. And I think there's one more in here. Well, I could use that because it brings out these two colors. Yes, I think I will. I've changed my mind. Let me look and see what I saw before, if I like it more. Because this is not an easy decision to make. See, I was going to use that, and it's got multicolors. No, not using that. Using this one. Okay, so there they go, and here is this. Now let's get cracking. I need a strip because you know me, I like to decorate with paper the inside of envelopes. I just do. I haven't gotten over it. So there's one. And there's another one. Let's get this one done. I have another, I think maybe one or two more heavier duty covers, and this, I keep coming back to this one. It was my first one, and we understand each other, and I like it so much. I don't know why. Don't know why at all. Okay, and this one. So let's now use this as a template for these. How will I do this? The lighter one, the lighter side. After the rainy and dreary weather that we've had for the last few days in Florida, it's a lovely sunny day, and it's going to be, for those of you who are suffering through winter, I almost don't want to say it, but it's going to go up to 80 degrees today. I don't particularly care for that. I like to have a little Florida cold, but the rain and cold in Florida is absolutely miserable, the same way that it is anyplace else. And let's go up here. I did say I was going to use that other one as a template, and I tucked it out of harm's way. Should not have done that, but that's all right. Worse things have happened. And one more. Oh, I know. I did use it as a template, didn't I? I used it for marking. Do I want the lighter side or the pinker side? I think since we have pink there, I'll go with this one. There they are. Where? And where? No. Did I lose it? No, I was just looking on the wrong side. Here it is. These can be set back out of the way. Now, I'm thinking I want to cut these bits off. And let's do all of them while we're at it. I feel as though I'm mass producing here. It really is really all for one project. But I don't know whether it's going to work, whether I'm going to like it when it does work or doesn't. I hope you are all well and finding some time to play. And I want to welcome my new guests. I'm glad that you have decided to join me, and I hope that you will enjoy. Now that I'm getting back to myself a little bit here. The reason I keep mentioning that is because I've been, I was diagnosed with breast cancer 2 years ago, and I went through all of the steps for 9 months, and I am in remission or cancer-free. But it does take some doing to get over that 9 months. So I've been lax with my coming to my studio and doing anything. Goodness gracious, I do hate these I do hate those unknown name calls. And they seem to just know when I'm in the studio or busy or whatever, but it's very annoying. Right, let's do the, let's get the glue on the first one here. I'm using my Elmer's Extra Strength. Off camera because all I'm doing is gluing, and it gives me more workplace if I keep this pad of paper over here to the side. And you certainly don't need to watch me glue. Now let's see what's going to happen here. Come on, come on. This extra strength glue is just that. It's extra strength. It doesn't play around. It, whoops. Okay. Let's just give this a pull up to there. Maybe a little bit further. I'll give it a tug. Just give it a tug. Okay, we can declare that one. And now, this one. And I decided to leave that strip here because it gives us a little, makes it a little bit less flimsy. Or at least that's my theory. this to me. I'm going to have to go to the sink in the kitchen and wash my hands with detergent to get this glue off. Because, as I said, it does do its job. Now you can flatten it down. I mean, it is, oops, well, let's see if we can get it from the other end then. It is sticky business. I'm not going to gripe because it's, that's what it's supposed to do. We don't want that there. And pretty soon it's going to be too sticky to work. So let's get that down in there where it's supposed to be. That's better. That's better. Whoops. Flimsy got okay. And last but not least, just sitting here thinking that I might want to get out some of Rachel Roxy Creations digis to use, and maybe someone else's, but spring is not too far away. Oh, I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing. You were mismeasured a little bit. So I'm just going to take a little bit off to save a problem. Maybe a better envelope would have been the answer here, because I've never gone through quite this much aggravation. But if you watched my video, yesterday's video, you'll remember that it was not a problem getting that paper in at all. But it was much heavier weight paper. Now, I could not have mismeasured this to that extent, could I? Sure. I'm grumbling to myself now, as you can hear. We're at the looking for excuses stage. There we go. Under there. Down in there. Perfection. Well, that was a job of work. See how this side is doing. This side is doing just fine. Now, let's get these little bits out of here. And I'll have a bit of water. And let's cut around these and get them adjusted. I have to give it some thought as to whether or not I'm happy or not happy about the possibility of not changing the times next year. I'm not 100% sure about that. I'll have to think about it, because I'm one of those people who likes night to look like night. But I'm sure there are many other people who have absolute reasons to want to have that more sunshine in the day. And that one. Somewhere in my memory bank, I believe that the time change idea in the first place had something to do, although I might be completely wrong, it had something to do with farmers getting more time, more sunshine in the day, more light. And so, I guess things have changed, or enough people complained. Now, the worst, as I said, the most tedious mission is accomplished. I'm going to use now these. I'd sit together like this. And I'm not going to try to fold them yet, but they'll sit together like this, and they'll get prettied up right to the edge here. Okay. Yes. And I'm not going to make pockets out of them. I just want them to be some areas I might leave for writing, for journaling, but I'm not going to leave those, so I'm thinking that I might just apply a little bit of glue to get that so that I don't forget. Let's get way over here to the side. There we go. That's one. 2. Put 2 rows down there. And if a little bit is hanging out, just give it a wipe. And set it aside to dry. Done. Now, let's put some, let's make this the collage side. Well, they're both going to be collaged, but let's see what we can find here now. We might want to use on this side. Too heavy, too dark, too much. Isn't that pretty? And that, and that. And maybe that. And maybe that. Oh, that was a trove, wasn't it? And what about this one? That might look good. Oh my, what have we here? Whoa, yes. Well, I think I'm going to call it. Let's just use those. I keep right here at my elbow on a small little table a basket, a plastic container full, as you can see, of those bags with the things that I use at the drop of a hat. Now, why don't we do it this way? Make believe I'm actually doing a mass make here. Got glue drying? Yes. It's a little strong. It might need to go in a corner. So down here on this one. Up here on this one. Maybe up there. Take that edge off. And here on that one. No reason. Just seems to make sense at the moment. More water. I'm having a thirsty day, and I'm not that much of a hydrator, so I have to work at it. Oh, but look at that. Look at that. Oh, wow. The thing that's wrong there is the, oh my goodness, is it crisp. No, it breaks. It literally breaks. That's okay. Glue will solve that problem. Put that one in someplace. Here. Here. But I did want a little music too. So let's put that up here. And this one down here. here, and here, and here. And I like that. So we're going to have another piece of that. I'll keep that piece too. Well, we're moving right along. Not fast, but we are moving along. This is very old antique paper from Rachel. There. Keep these pieces. Anything this age deserves to be kept. Nice old rag paper. And up there. Well, we're getting there. Let's see whether or not we're going to like this. I do wish you could tell me. I really do wish you could tell me whether that should be there. I think so. Like so. Well, you're just going to go that way. You can go that way. Now, it's kind of moving along. Goodness. Oh my. Some Greg Scientific Sleuth shorthand, a plate writing exercise, June number. Okay. I just received this booklet in Happy Mail from my friend Linda. Hello, Linda. I'm enjoying. There. There. And one more. Here. I think that's right side up. Alrighty. So there we are now. Get these bits down. I think I'll do this one first. Let's slide these up out of the way. that one. Oopsie daisy. Oop, stuck to my finger. So I guess it's going to stick to the paper. Get this moved. There we go. I'll have enough, just enough room to straighten that down, although I might not. Actually, I might not. Let's get these moved out of the way and put these back down. We know the vicinity. This is just collaging, so we don't have to make rocket science out of it. This will go on the bottom. This old antique rag paper almost feels like fabric. It really does. Love it, love it, love it. Let's put this one about there. And here. Oh, a little higher. We do have that little scrap that I'm going to put in there. Although it's not really enough of a little scrap. Let's see if I can find another piece. Yes. Saved by the bell. I'm going to have to start to make a collection of these tiny bits, because I bet they would be great for to have handy if I had a cluster that I was making. Now, this one is here. Now I have that spot left, and I believe that I'm going to stop and turn off the camera, because I know that you do not need to see me do the same thing on the other two, and I really would like to do that. So I'll do my housekeeping off camera. What are we going to put there? What are we going to put there? Something. There has to be something else here. I just have faith. There is something else here. Don't need more music. Nope, not more music. Oh my. Isn't this turning out to be a bit of a treasure? I like the coloration with the other ones. It's different and not too far off. So, here, right about there. And I think I like the size. Yes, I do. No, I'm going to move you over a little bit. There. So here we are. And I'm liking that edge. Will I continue? Oh yes, I will continue to like it because this other side is going to come right over it. And it leaves a little bit of this, which I like. Very nice. Almost like a frame. Yes. I'll see you when the other two are at the same point. I have finished the collaging on these 3 envelopes, and I have picked some paper, a digi from Rachel at Roxy Creations. I do love her papers. You really must pop over there and have a look at Rachel at Roxy Creations. And I think what I'm going to do today, or now, is get the picked papers down here so that we can put the featured papers on here. I'm going to cover the flap and the envelope. And then the next step will be to decorate, and I think today, which is, I'm getting back to you the following morning, we're going to decorate one of these envelopes, and then we'll save the decoration of the other 2 and the sewing of the envelopes together. So since this one came to hand first, this is going to be the first one up. And I will have no problem applying this to the envelope because it's heavyweight copy paper. I enjoy using that paper most of all when running off digitals that I purchase. They're just heavy enough, just like Goldilocks, just heavy enough and just light enough to to do the job without being overwhelming. So there's number one. Now, these papers are correct, are not upside down, which could have happened if I hadn't thought about it, because I was toddling along after I picked my papers, and I would have made that mistake. So, we'll have this and this. And we can definitely do that. Now, let's get the scissors out of the way. Get back to my Elmer's Extra Strength, and it is extra strength. No kidding around. I always like to start in the corners when I glue, because I can come back to them and make sure that I have sufficient glue on those corners. I think a little more glue is necessary. Oopsie daisy. Here we go. And just a little touch more on the corners. Let's get this down. There. Where would we be without these credit cards? We're having another chilly day in Florida, although the sun is peeking through. So I've got my crafting shirt on and a short sleeve denim shirt of my husband's over the top of it, because I feel the cold now that I've had my my therapy. Now I see a little imperfection here we must fix now. I think that's very pretty. Thank you, Rachel. Let's decide what else we might want to add to this. It needs a little something else to bring it forward a little bit. A large green. How about a large green? Pollinate. That pollinate looks pretty nice there. I like that. Is there anything else in there? No, I think we'll stop at pollinate. And I think that might be enough. Now, I've been watching Rachel take off the very tip ends. She doesn't like points, and I've been starting to, after watching it many times, I'm starting to agree a little bit. So let's try just taking off the tip point of this. And let's see what it does. Yes, it does soften it, doesn't it? Thank you, Rachel, again. I don't want this to be heavy. I don't want it to overwhelm. So I'm thinking that that is going to go there. Yes. I want it down far enough so that the butterfly really shows, and I want to make sure that it's parallel. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Now this one was not folded. Well, this one page was not supposed to be folded on that side, was it? Thank heavens. Thank heavens I didn't try doing that forcefully. Okay. Ready to go. Ready to go. Now, yes, I like butterfly wing, the suggestion of what's on the back. And I'm going to share the other two that I picked. This one for there, and this one. I decided to be a little, I decided that I might use this one. I'm still not sure that I won't use this, but it'll be one of them. So those are in waiting, and now I do hope that you have enjoyed this. On our next part for this video, it's going to be part 2. We're going to apply these papers the way I did here, and see what we want to do about adding any decorations. And then 3, we're going to, I'm thinking I'm going to use a 3-hole pamphlet stitch from the, and keep the tie off on the inside when the 3 of them are together. I think that's what I've decided. So, thank you for joining me, and we're going to still find out whether or not this is going to work, because as I said, I've done things like this with 2, but never with 3. It's going to be quite interesting to see how this turns out. Let's get these over here so that you can see where we're going. Let's get, I'm going to get you a little bit closer to this. Here we go with the collage side. I do love this one. And that was the paper that we used to cover the flap. And here is today's focus page on the other side. If you have enjoyed today's video, please consider giving me a thumbs up. Leave a comment, I do answer them, and I would appreciate your subscribing to my channel. Bye now.